Hey everyone! I've got quite a few updates and announcements I'd like to make, so strap in. To start those off, I'd like to announce that there is now a Patreon for Project Onyx. I currently don't have any funding for the game, so if you'd like to help out with that, then here you go. I also have a donation link if you would like to do just a one-time donation and not have a monthly subscription. Both of those links will be at the top of the description below. Any donations are appreciated and will greatly help the progress of the game. Most, if not all of the money will go directly into the game itself. My main goal is to purchase the general movement component from the Unreal Engine marketplace. Unreal's default character is great and has proper server authoritative networked movement and client-side prediction, but it doesn't easily allow for additions to the movement system. I've gotten my movement to work decently well, but even on lower pings like 50, you can notice that there is some slight rubber banding. The general movement component allows for proper networked movement all in blueprints. It's completely server authoritative and has client-side prediction, so this will work perfectly when I can get my hands on it. However, it's $350, which is pretty expensive. It's worth every penny, but again, I don't have any funding, so you can imagine that it'd be hard to get. Once I get my hands on this plugin, movement will be fully replicated and smooth even at values of 200 ping. I have one more announcement before moving on to actual game-related updates. I'm going to stop doing devlogs every month and instead do them whenever a milestone is reached. This is due to the fact that some months, the updates aren't as noticeable in a YouTube video and don't really need to be mentioned. For example, if I optimize and tidy up the weapon system, that's not something most people will be able to notice, but it's something that makes coding weapon-related things easier for me, and in the long run, will make the game run better. Stuff like that isn't something that really needs to be mentioned. It's either that, or it's a lot of small additions or tweaks that would be tedious to listen and explain all of them. Most of the updates are like this, and thus don't really necessitate a devlog. Hopefully, this way you guys can truly see the improvements with each devlog. Alrighty, now onto the game updates. By far, one of the biggest updates this month was the assault rifle redesign. I finally got around to modeling and animating the new assault rifle. It's got custom animations for everything and has some new animation modes that we didn't have before. There's now a crouch state, and ADS actually works and looks as intended. As you can see, this looks and feels much better than the older assault rifle, and the ADS finally looks and feels like an ADS now. The ADS reticle is now emissive and has some nice parallax thanks to this FPS Scopes pack on the Unreal Engine marketplace. I've always wanted it to function like this, but never knew how to achieve that until my good friend made this pack. It's super useful, modular, and can be used for a number of different use cases, not just scopes. If you're making a sci-fi game, I highly recommend checking this pack out. I will personally be using this for more than just scopes in the future. Because I reanimated the assault rifle, it required me to update my rigs to make animating easier, but it allowed me to learn all of my flaws in my current rig so that when the updated player model is made, I can make the rig even better. Speaking of the updated player model, we finally got some concepts for the player. These are super early and need some tweaking to get them right, but hopefully soon we should have rough concepts that I can use to make an updated player model. This will be a huge change to the game and will also allow me to start implementing a lot of other systems that I haven't been able to get around to yet. This will also allow me to optimize the player, as the current player is a lot of draw calls. This won't be the final version, but like the assault rifle, simply an upgrade to make the game look and feel better. I don't have the necessary skills to make the final assets, so in the future someone will most likely be brought on to make those. These past few months, I've also brought on quite a few people. We've got 2 new level designers and 2 new concept artists. The 2 level designers have been working on some new maps, and over time we'll really nail down the feeling of our maps. One of the new maps has a giant fan in the middle that can push players or pull down on them depending on what direction the fan is spinning. This is already made for some funny moments, and personally I can't wait to see how this map improves over time. The other map is still early on, so I'm not going to show footage of the map, but we've already gotten some good feedback on it. Right now, one of the concept artists is just working on projectiles and hopefully getting those to look the best they can, and the second person is currently working on emblems and weapon concept art. The last big change was the addition of this music player. I had a member of my Discord server, link in the description, reach out wanting to donate some art assets, and he ended up offering to try his hand at making some music for the game. I told him exactly what I wanted from the main menu music, and after only a couple hours he provided a short draft of some music, and I was instantly blown away. The song was amazing, and while he finished up the final mix, I decided to stick a music player in the menu. You can like, dislike, and favorite songs. Disliking songs ensures that they won't be added into the music queue, and liking songs will ensure that they do. Favoriting songs, however, will put that song into a list of favorite songs, and anytime the menu opens, it will randomly pick from that list for the starting song. I also have 2 other artist songs in the music player. One of my best friends also does music, and early on in development made some amazing songs for the game. The other artist is After Infinity. He had sent over some of his royalty-free music for me to use in my devlogs, but one of his songs was so good that I just had to have it in-game. In total, there are 7 songs in the game, and hopefully we will continue to add more as time goes on. Here is a small snippet of Zyko the Psycho's main menu music that he made. All of these artist links will be in the description, so please go check them out and give them a follow. Well, that's it for this one. Hopefully the next devlog will show some huge changes as we start getting art concepted and implemented in-game. I hope you all enjoyed this little update, and I'll see you guys in the next one.